Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So, November has been wild. We started off all the way up here, really, really high. As my portfolio was green, I was really happy. And then, next thing you know, we had this little small dip that came out of nowhere. And during that time, I came up with this tweet. When the entire market goes down, it is the perfect time to buy your favorite massive companies such as Amazon, Google, and Meta to build out a strong foundation to your portfolio. So this tweet kind of goes perfectly to this video today because today I'm going to be talking about the one stock that I sold and the five stocks that I'm buying. And let's just start with it. The first stock that I sold is United Health. I'm not bearish at all United Health. I think United Health is a great company. I sold it mostly from the major portfolio, but I still have it on the Roth IRA and I did not touch that. And the reason why I sold it is because this company. So this company right here, I kind of have a love and hate relationship to Meta. Meta, I've been buying it when it was back in the low 100s. I built a really, really good position, and out of nowhere, it skyrocketed to 280. I thought I'm going to be smart and outsmart the market and, sell at 280 and buy a little bit lower, let's say at 150. Well, the market outsmarted me, and I never saw 280 ever again. And the whole time, I'm in the sidelines looking at Meta like, man, they're executing all my research, all my homework that I put into Meta. It's happening, but I just try to be smarter than I should have just left it alone. So Meta had this dip that, the market is kind of scared of Mark Zuckerberg spending. He's spending a lot of money on AI, like a lot of money. But kind of the story is kind of the same. Last time Meta had a dip, they were scared of his spending. But ultimately, this guy knows how to execute, and he does very, very well. So I took my UNH money, allocations, and put it into Meta. The next stock I'm buying is Nike. I made a very good video about Nike a couple of weeks ago, so I recommend you look at that if you are interested. But if you haven't noticed, their insiders are buying a lot of Nike shares, so Nike is very interesting at these prices. The next company I'm actually buying, is Venture Global. Venture Global, since I talked about it, has went down, but they had their earnings, and their earnings are much the opposite, and they said something very, very beautiful. So, with these operations and under construction, Venture Global is going to be the largest LNG producer in North America and one of the largest in the world. So, the largest LNG producer in North America and one of the largest in the world. Stock price is going down. This company is going to go up. Remember, the valuation is around $18 billion. This is going to be like $100 billion company. So the next one I'm also buying is NextDecade. Same with Venture Global. Going to be a massive company. I made a video about this, actually my last video. Strongly recommend that you go look at it because it can make you a lot of money. So now I want to talk about the stock I've been very excited to talk about. I haven't talked about ever before in the videos, which is QXO. And if you are buying QXO, you're buying solely because of this man right here, Brad Jacobs. He is the CEO of QXO, and he is very well known in the investing community. He's been doing what he's been doing since the 1970s, and he's been doing a great job in it. And he has this model that's called buy and build strategy. So what he does is he finds these little fragmented industries and he acquires them, integrates them into his business, into his philosophy, makes them earn really good margins, and makes them into this massive company. So he did that with United Rentals. This is the all-time return on United Rentals. Very good, 5,000%. And this is more like large vehicles for industries. Did that for logistics. We're at XPO Logistics. XPO is so massive. He turns like most like a trucking logistics company that it pretty much rivals Amazon. And he made a waste company that eventually sold it off to Waste Management. So what he's really good at is finding these fragmented businesses and kind of buys out the competition and then makes them into this massive company. Like finds a business that's in a local town that's doing very well, but they're not managed well, or they're looking like they want to build more money so they could become a bigger business. So he goes partners with them or just buys them out. So he's going into QXO, which is the building logistics for building massive projects like construction buildings, housing, even. And the total addressable market for this building, this market is $800 billion, and it's very fragmented. His favorite thing is he likes these fragmented industries. So this one is 7,000 distributors across North America, very fragmented. These little local businesses, but they're not massive. There's a huge shortage going on in the housing market. As you know, the housing market has a standstill, and that's because we have 4 million houses that are short. So we need to build 4 million homes to, get this market moving. Most of the homes we have in the United States are 40 years and older. So these houses need roofing, they need repairs, need remodeling. So it's estimated around 2 trillion infrastructure spend needs to be done in the next 20 years. So massive scale, massive opportunity. It's very fragmented. It looks like a perfect opportunity for Brad Jacobs to get into this business. And that's why he's into this business, and he invested $1 billion of his own money. This is kind of his last hoorah. He made his other companies and he's making this one. So it's very interesting with this company. If you look at their website, QXO is targeting $50 billion in annual revenues within the next decade, and they're doing it through acquisitions and organic growth. So how does he do that? Let's say, for instance, his opportunity that he did with Beacon. So Beacon is the largest roofing business in the United States and in North America. So he pretty much went there, found out the management. I'm not sure the exact detail, but it's usually the management wants to grow and we're looking for a bigger opportunity, or they're not doing too well. He buys them outright, and now he turns it into QXO. So that alone right here turned their top line increased by $9.8 billion. So you're looking at a company that overnight increased their top line, their what they bring in, their net sales, by $9.8 billion. So he just does that and he keeps growing. He goes to these little towns, buys it out. So next thing you know, he owns the towns and the states. Next thing you know, the company's all over the country. This is their last earnings. Very impressive. In 2024, for the month of September, I mean the 3 months of ending of September, was $13 million. And as you can see, this is the growth that they're able to do. It went from $3 million to $2.7 billion because they're able to just buy out the competition. Next thing you know, that top line just increases massively. And then the next thing you know, they start working on their margins. And the next thing, this company becomes a printing machine. Like it just prints cash. For those visually that like to see it, so in 2024, this was their revenue was $56 million, and the profit is net income of $27 million. So as you can see, they can randomly just turn that switch. But what they're doing these quarterly, they're going big. So their revenue went from the whole year they had $56 million, and in one quarter, in 3 months, they have $2.7 billion in revenue. Yeah, their income is negative just because they're growing massively. They're spending that money, but you're looking at a revenue that's increasing 20,000%. This company is able to do that. Brad Jacobs has that recipe, and I think he will do a good job. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.